So the big question in the Epic of Gilgamesh is, why did Enkidu have to die? We know that the gods decreed that one of them must die, and it turned out to be Enkidu. But why Enkidu? Why not Gilgamesh? Well, I believe that it was because of Enkidu's hubris. Now, if you remember, hubris means overweening pride. Pride just without measure. Well, where did we see this evidenced? If you remember Humbaba was a nature divinity. And when Humbaba, a nature divinity, was crying out for mercy, what did Enkidu say? Enkidu said, "Slay the beast, Gilgamesh." He encouraged the slaying of Humbaba despite Humbaba's calling out for mercy. Also with the bull of heaven, who held the horns? Although Gilgamesh did the initial slaying, the actual slaying, it was Enkidu there holding the horns, using his strength so that Gilgamesh could actually slay the beast. In that might be a little sketchy. You might say, well, maybe that's not too proud, but let's take that a step further. Right after the bull of heaven was killed, what was Ishtar's response? She was upset. And what did Enkidu do? To Ishtar? He picked up a hunk of meat from the bowl of heaven and threw it at her. You don't throw meat at a goddess. You don't kill a nature divinity when a nature divinity is pleading for mercy. So essentially, the gods got together and said, this has got to stop. And I want to cite this source. This is from a book from the Epic of Gilgamesh, but it's from the editors. The editors are Paul Davis, Gary Harrison, David Johnson, and John Crawford. It's put out by the Bedford Anthology of World Literature. And the question of why Enkidu had to die is addressed there. Davis et al. Say, a price must be paid, however, for the destruction of Humbaba and the bull of heaven, and for the humiliation of Ishtar and the old religion. The two heroes, after all, have defied the gods and created a new independence for humans. In some sense, they have gone too far, which is always the initial appearance of extending psychological boundaries and developing a new consciousness. So what these editors are saying is they're suggesting that the old ways are being torn down, and this doesn't make the gods happy. Man is trying to distance himself from the gods by feeling okay to murder divinities, to kill divinities, to throw meat at a goddess, and they're not pleased with that at all. And we saw that Enkidu was sort of the ringleader of that action. So I believe that is why Enkidu had to die.